Hi guys, Dwight Tahano here at New York Comic Con 2015. We're talking with Jay Oliva, the director of the next DC animated movie, Batman Bad Blood. Thank you so much for joining us
thanks
today.
for having me.
Now, the last time we spoke with you, I think, was for Assault on Arkham.
Yes.
It's been a little time since then, but this is certainly not your first foray into directing these movies. What is different about this one that you really wanted to bring forth when taking Bad Blood out the screen?
Well, I mean, this is my eighth film that I've done for them. And what I try to do is, with all my films, I try to top what I've done in the past, which is kind of hard because action-wise, and every story that we do is a little different. And so for this one, I had to figure out, like, how do I top myself action-wise? How do I push the drama a little bit more? The nice thing, though, is that the premise was great. Is this, what happens when Batman's, missing, and how his support group, which is the Bat family, how they kind of cope with it, how they fill in that power vacuum, as well as how do they figure out the mystery of what happened to him. And I thought that was a great, I've never done a film like that, so it's kind of interesting to kind of approach it that way.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you try to top your fight sequences this time.
Yeah.
Now, what type of consideration has to go into that with this particular movie? Because as we're looking at these characters, we have the acrobat, there's the assassin, there's the gunslinger, and our new character in Batwing.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think about how those characters interact with one another to create these sequences?
What's great is that all the characters have different personalities. So the dialogue-wise, you get some great kind of there's like a camaraderie where they're in conflict, they're kind of topping each other, they're kind of working together as the film progresses, and so I play off of their own personalities, but then with the fight choreography, I try to figure out, okay, now how do you do a fight choreography with someone who's got guns as opposed to Batman, or how does Nightwing handle a particular situation differently than Batman or Batwing, and then trying to just play with that. I guess what I could say is it's almost like when you're a little kid and you have your action figures and you're like, oh, this guy's gonna fight this guy, and you just make it. That's kind of what I do. Is I just have fun with that.
So you just have a desk full of action figures.
Yes.
And you try to piece
Oh
it
yeah.
together. Okay.
Yeah. I just do that all the time. Yeah.
and then the money comes in and it's all great.
Yeah, that's all great. Yeah.
So this is actually an original
Yes.
storyline that's penned for this one, as opposed to others in the past that have tried to follow some of the 52 story.
Yeah.
This being an original movie, did that loosen the reins as to what you could and could not do as far as directing?
Oh yeah. I mean, when we do an adaptation, at least the ones that I do, I try to stay true to the source material, but still give you something new, so that way you're not totally bored. Because I don't want the audience to have the comic in front of them and just and compare it frame by frame. I want them to watch it, kind of recognize some scenes, but then see something new that kind of keeps them engaged. So like with this stuff, when we do original storyline, it's great because it's kind of freeing. We cherry pick what we like from maybe different storylines, and then kind of throw it into this universe that we've already created, because this is all based upon the universe that we started with Justice League War. So how we introduce these new characters is all brand new. Whether or not we eventually introduce characters that the audience have been waiting for, like like Batwoman or Batwing. It all starts with these kind of new films. And it's nice because like I said, I get to have fun with it and kind of lay the groundwork for either the next director or my next film that builds upon this.
Is there a sequence in this movie that you're really excited to let the fans see?
There's some great Batwoman stuff that I think is my favorite stuff that I did. I did a Batwoman sequence at the end of the film that I personally did that I'm very proud of, and I think it's great. And actually, the whole film is some great stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, lastly, what's on the horizon for the DC animated?
We have Justice League versus Titans. I think we've announced that, and then Comic-Con. I think we're going to premiere Killing Joke. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think everyone will be excited.
Yes, everyone will.
But thanks so much for
Cool,
joining us
thank
again.
you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Look forward to the movie.
Yeah, thanks again, guys.
Thank
All
you.
right, bye.
If Batman doesn't return soon,
I know. All bloody hell's gonna break loose.